Hey, everybody, welcome. It's so great to have you. This is our special show of Are You Ready to Rock It with the Spirits 2021 holiday season? And they are all around me because I took the red eye to Jersey for the holidays. And I had a scene from the movie World War Z. The zombie movie. Jacob, did you see that movie?
Yeah.
World War Z with Brad Pitt. Now, what was the scene? You get on the red eye, and people are like Mark, right? Mark Anthony and I are doing this show, and we're going to go right to the phones in a minute. But you get on a red eye, and you're thinking it's going to be busy, but it's going to be quiet. Right? It wouldn't. Isn't that why you take that red eye thing?
Absolutely.
You do not think on the red eye that you will experience for 6 hours on a plane the scene from World War Z where they're on the plane and they think they're going to be safe, and the young Israeli soldier just lost her arm, and the little yipping dog is on there, yipping, because the dog knows there's a zombie in the back of the plane. Now imagine yipping 6 hours across the seat, because I paid for the upgrade, 6 hours across the seat. What was the saving grace for me? I had my iPod, I had my computer, I had double sets of ear, but the poor kid on the aisle, the entire 6 hours, he's going like this. He's like down, and he's 6 hours of a yipping dog. And all I could think is happy holiday, everybody.
Well, Dr. Pat, I got to give it to you. You certainly know how to make an entrance. And for everybody who can see her, this is just great. But, you know, we are rocking the holidays, and we wanted to make sure that, and my newsletter said that, you know, if you're facing grief at the holidays, the psychic and the doc are on call every Thursday this December. And this episode is Rockin' the Holidays, you know, because this is supposed to be a fun time of the year for family and getting together. And you know, I hope that it is for everybody. But unfortunately, so many of us are coping with loss. We are facing the holidays with, you know, that empty chair at the table. And that's really tough. And, you know, you're in the wake of losing someone, and some people, they don't feel like engaging in the festivities, and it's hard. And the thing about grief is you shouldn't go through it alone. And that's the time to reach out to your friends, your family, your faith community, and the psychic and the doc.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I came back. We lost somebody very close to us in our family, and very unexpected, and a very revered gentleman, you know, Linda's brother-in-law, Walter. He was so well liked, a sergeant, an emergency person, a fire person, so well liked, they shut a street down at the second day to do a whole procession.
Wow.
And so it's time to spend time with the family, and I volunteered to cook the turkey.
Awesome.
The turkey's cooking the turkey. Well, look, we have got a great show. We've got callers lined up. I think we should get right at it. And Mark, you're going to take it away and kick it off for us, aren't you?
Absolutely. So Jacob, who do we have in the queue?
First up, we're going to head over to Annette from Florida. Hi there, Annette.
Hi, Annette. Welcome. Hey there, Annette. I'm pretty sure you can hear me. The way we're going to go tonight, everybody, I just want to tell you is we're going to go right here, and we're going to do some work with Mark. And then I've got a very special card that I've been pulling for about 20 years, these cards. And so we're going to do that 1-2 thing we do. Annette, are you there?
Annette.
Oh, Jacob, I can't hear her. I can vaguely hear her a little bit.
Yep. You want to move on to the next caller then?
I'd love to. You're the man. Tell us who to go to. We're ready.
Alrighty, we're gonna head over to Sasha from Georgia.
Hi, Sasha. Welcome to the show.
Hi there, Sasha. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I guess you pop right in there. Hey, how can we help you tonight? And
Hello.
yeah, hello.
Can you hear me good?
Oh yeah, can you hear us? You sound great to me.
Yes, I was calling because I wanted to give any of my family members that
Oh.
passed had a message for me.
Okay, any family members that passed, you want to know if somebody's got a message for you, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, Sasha, I'm picking up on a male energy coming through. It could be on a father level, but he feels like he could be father or an uncle or a grandfather. She's got that real paternal feel. He's like a big kind of bear type of guy, like a big teddy bear. That's what I get about him. Just, he was a physically large man, and real loving, real happy. And the thing is, though, I'm getting this massive pain in my chest. So I'm interpreting that feels like he may have died from heart complications, could be a heart attack. I mean, it literally feels like my heart is getting pierced. And I don't feel that he was real old. He could have been middle-aged, maybe anywhere between 56 and 65 in that. And that's how he appears to me. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, what was don't give me his name. What was his relationship to you?
I'm thinking that it was my kid's father, great grandfather, because he was the only one I know that was very tall, and he passed away, I believe, of a heart attack.
Okay, so all right. And hold on. Interesting. He keeps talking about you betting against the odds. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gambling like in the casino type sense, but it sounds to me that you are in the process of taking a calculated risk, and that you're considering making a major life change, not just financially, but it's going to have big repercussions for you and your immediate family as well. And he said that you keep going back and forth on this. He said, but you've got all your ducks in a row. You're putting all the pieces together, and it looks like I'm hearing like launch date, February. So it looks like between now and February, you're going to continue making this decision, and then you're going to be doing this. And it really feels like it's something tied into finances, career. Does this make any sense to you?
Yeah. So my kid's father, he passed away, and he left like the kids like their estates and houses and stuff. And I've been having like to debate of getting a lawyer, like to fight for everything for my kids. So I think that's what he's trying to tell me.
Definitely. And so you're debating getting a lawyer. Let's stop debating. Let's get one. Now I know that coming up on Christmas, this is always a hard time. But on the other hand, most law firms will be open up until Christmas Eve. So at least make the calls, get things lined up, and then start the new year and make sure you take care of this. So you're getting a lot of kudos from the other side. And your kid's father, he wants to apologize to you for not being more organized with his estate planning. Okay. And he keeps talking about pebbles. And it's like, I don't know if it's Pebble Beach or Pebbles, or there's something about like a path with a lot of Chattahoochee stone and pebbles, but he keeps talking about pebbles. So I know that sounds odd, but if any of that makes sense, let me know.
Yeah, like Bam Bam.
Yeah, I'm thinking Bam Bam and Pebbles.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Listen, one of the things I want to say to you is, and I just had this conversation with someone today. You have to take an action and get yourself support. Attorneys in probate and estate situations, they take the reins. And that will be an enormous relief of stress for you, right? Because this is stressful. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, beyond like Oh, it's ridiculous. And here's what I told somebody today. Are you ready? I said,
Yeah.
you've got to get an attorney up front. You've got to get him early. And then if you bring him on a little later, you got to get him educated and informed. Even if you don't know why you are getting an attorney, you have to get them because every state is different. There are scenarios that you will go through and you'll try to figure it out. And an attorney, attorney today in 20 seconds answered a question that we were ruminate over for 10 days. So
Yep.
what I'm trying to say is give yourself the gift of getting that support. Okay.
Thank you.
Just get your support. Just get it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, today I was like going crazy because I didn't know if I should do it. And
Yeah,
his
yeah,
mom is
yeah.
involved, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God guides me in harmony and good judgment. That's the card I pulled for you. I let go of all my preconceived ideas. I look at life and others in a new balance, open, accepting way. God guides me in harmony and good judgment. There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow.
Thank you,
that was-
Sasha.
wow. Oh my God. Heart goes out to her. I
Yeah.
mean, just anything about that. Jacob,
Alrighty.
I turned
next
off
up,
the lights for a little bit. I'll bring them on later.
we've got Terry from Tennessee. Hi there, Terry.
Terry. Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yes.
Terry.
Hey,
I am Terry.
it's me.
Yo, Terry. Host
Jay
of a
Walker.
Terry J. Walker. Oh my God, we're going to help you tonight. By the way, fabulous show, amazing woman, does so much with young people. But I'm going to turn you over to Mark because he's going to be able to help you out, Terry.
All right, Terry, I'm picking up on a female energy coming through. And I get that she's on the generation above you, which should indicate like parent, aunt, or it could be a friend who is older. And what I'm getting with her is a lot of lung, chest involvement, difficulty breathing, pressure around the heart. It could be pneumonia or something like that, or it could be congestive heart failure because those symptoms have a very similar sensation as I experience them. Also, what I'm getting with her is this, it's like if you're wearing, let's say, a wool ski cap and you start to pull it over your eyes, what that indicates to me is that she had mental clarity, but there was something going on which is obstructing her thought processes. And I'm also getting this numb sensation. I'm getting a metallic taste in my mouth, which is an indicator that this feels like medications. And the numb sensation could be, there could have been sedatives, tranquilizers as part of that. Also getting a lot of pain in my back. And once again, it's in the thoracic rib cage region, which would indicate lung involvement. And this poor woman, she struggled with this for some time, and but it got to the point where her body couldn't take it anymore and just gave out. Does this make any sense to you, Terry?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
It's
very
perfect.
sorry. Okay, this is your mom. Is this your mom?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So take a moment, take a deep breath,
Yeah.
and she just handed me a bunch of cupcakes. One's a carrot cupcake, one's a blueberry muffin. And she said, but you get the bran muffin. What's I don't mean to laugh, but your mom's being funny now. What's with carrot cake, blueberry muffins, and bran muffins, or just muffins in general, muffins and cupcakes?
Well, we would eat, some muffins and stuff and things like that. So I guess that's what it is. And she always wanted me to lose weight. So that's probably why she told me to get the brand.
Yeah, the week before Christmas, great time to go on a diet. But here's the thing.
Exactly.
That is such a mom thing to do. It's the type of, like, you're going out and she'd look at you and go, do you really think that makes you look good, and but the thing is, the reason she's switching tracks to the cupcakes, but this is interesting because each of the cupcakes have a birthday candle in it. Now, this indicates to me that 3 weeks either side of today is a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event. Now, of course, within the next 3 weeks, we've got Christmas and New Year's. But this is more than just ho, 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 we like Christmas and Happy New Year, unless there is a particular Christmas she's focusing on or a particular New Year's. But as there, think of today as there's a 6 weeks time frame, and today is smack in the middle of it. Any births, deaths, anniversaries, or events within this 6 weeks time frame?
Looking ahead, no, but looking back, it's been mine.
It's been your
Your
what?
2 weeks
birthday.
ago.
Your
2 weeks
birthday was
ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she's talking
Yeah.
about, because she's giving me cupcakes with birthday candles on them. Okay, so that's an indicator of her birthday, and that's the time frame. So she's acknowledging that, and she wants you to know, Terry. She said you were not just a good daughter; you were a great daughter. Okay, and she said we had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. And she said, boy, could you tell a story?
Oh, yeah.
I'm hesitating here because your mom says some of the stories you told were kind of dirty. But she thought they were
What?
hilarious.
Kind of
Hilarious.
dirty. Kind of
Dirty
dirty.
stories. Like you tell an off-color joke or something, and your mom said she
Yeah.
loved it because the two of you would laugh so hard. Your mom, what a beautiful energy, both in when she was in this world and the other side. And she said, well, look at my daughter. I done good. So Terry, she's just expressing so much love for you. Now, she's giving me a fruit and she's splitting it open, and it's a pomegranate. Interesting. Now, I like pomegranates. They're a little exotic, little odd, but they're kind of tasty. Does a pomegranate mean anything to you? Dr. Pat, you're smiling. What's your interpretation, Dr. Pat, of a pomegranate?
I just smile at Terry. Because pomegranate, what is pomegranate? It's like a thing that most people don't really understand and eat or know anything about. But when you get your hands on one, you just can't let go. That's Terry J. Walker. This woman is the host of a fabulous podcast, the I Am Power Hour. We laugh more, we hee-hawed more. It's about soul stretching. She created a platform to bridge the gap between parents and kids, between teachers and students. I mean, this woman is beyond. And I'm not kidding. Her website is I Am Terry J. Walker, for those of you out there. But my heart goes out to you because I know how close you were to your mom. And I didn't say anything to Mark. What Mark talked about, that was all Mark, right? And I know how close you were to your mom. I'm so sorry to hear that, Terry.
Yeah. Terry, I
Thank
lost
you.
my mom, and my mom was my best friend. We just, we had a good excellent mother-son relationship, but we were friends too. And my mom was a medium. And so we'd go out to lunch or something, and we'd start scanning people's auras, and she'd go, look at that one over there. Look at that, and we just start cracking up, and you had that type of relationship with your mom. And, but the thing is, and this I'm saying not just to you, Terry, but to everybody, and I know Dr. Pat understands this as well, is that when someone we love dies, when you have to realize that your relationship has now transformed from one of a physical nature to one of a spiritual nature. And with that being said, there's some people that are critical of mediumship because they say, oh, well, what you're doing is you're just trying to prolong your relationship with that person. And it's like, well, of course you are, but acknowledging that your relationship has gone from one of a physical to a spiritual nature. And there's nothing wrong with communicating with the spirit of a loved one. Why? Because it lets us know that the person we loved so very much didn't disintegrate, but they've just transferred their energy to a higher vibrational frequency. So, and I know Dr. Pat and I have talked about this extensively on this show and even when we're off air.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, Terry, you bring so much joy and so much light to so many people. You know, I hope that you find some light coming your way. I'm going to tell you what I pulled for you. If I could just read this. And Jacob, I'm actually sending you something, Jacob, here through the chat, because I want you to take a look at it, and I hope we can put it up. But I want to read the card for a minute, you know, that I pulled. It says this. It says, despite misfortunes and difficulties, I continue on my path with strength and courage. My higher self is guiding me safely, and difficulties vanish one after the other. I am on my way to fulfilling all my heart's desires, and a time of great success is coming to me now. That's for you,
I
Terry.
love you, Dr. Pat.
I love you, Terry. I love you, and I miss you to death. Let's get to talking
miss
real
you too.
soon. I've
I love
never
you, and
laughed.
thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Terry. And thank you for the honor of letting me connect with such an amazing
Yeah.
spirit, your mom.
Yep. Beautiful. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much.
Love you all. Thank you.
Love you. Wow. Whew. Wow. Jacob.
All righty. We've got Carly calling in from Idaho next. Hi there, Carly.
Hi, Carly.
Hi.
Hey, how can we help you today?
Hi. So I called in probably about 3 weeks ago and got a reading from Mark. And my boyfriend that passed away on the other side said I should go get checked out. So I'm just calling to, you know, say that I did get checked out because it was like with my cervix and ovaries and everything is good. But this week they found out that I had blood clots in my lungs. So I'm just calling to see if there's anything else I should know or if they're going to disappear. One of them was calcified, and they said that there's some other ones, and I am on blood thinners. So I just don't know if there's anything else I should be doing or if anyone has any messages like my mom, you know.
Okay. Well, first off, what I want to say that is that when spirits bring up medical conditions, it's always open to interpretation. That's why I always say that it's not a substitute for medical advice. So rather than, gee, what's happening with me medically, trust your doctors. Okay. It sounds like, you know, they're treating you with the blood thinners for the blood clots. So definitely do that. Okay. Because you know, Dr. Pat is a psychologist, not a medical doctor. And while I'm a medical intuitive, as part of being a medium, I always, and so does Dr. Pat, we always recommend that you defer to your healthcare provider first. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if anyone else has any messages for you. Actually, this is now your boyfriend's the one that passed. And did you indicate that your mother's on the other side? Because there's a woman with him that feels very mom-like.
My mom is on the other side. Okay,
good. I mean, not good that she's on the other side, good that she is there with him. You know what they're telling me? They're telling you that a lot of these health problems, certainly they have a physiological basis, but they're also being influenced by your emotional state. And that the most important thing you can be doing right now is working on your grief. And you're actually doing a better job at this than you think, because first off, you're going to the doctor, you're getting the medical check, you're getting that taken care of. But they're also telling me that because of your grief, you're not getting enough rest, and that your body is in a out of balance. It's in a state of disharmony and discord. Now, that's not a criticism. That's an observation from
Mhm.
spirits, because if we can all just
Mhm.
snap our fingers and be healthy, I mean, who wouldn't, right? So they're telling
Mhm.
you that you're a work in progress, and you're a work in progress because you're the one that's making the progress. So you're getting a lot of
Mhm.
kudos. And I'm smelling beer, and it's like, stay away, stay away, stay away. Okay, what's going on with beer and alcohol with you?
I don't drink it, period. Like, I'll drink alcohol maybe once a year. My ex-husband was an alcoholic, and so I'm just like totally 100% against it. You know what I mean? On a daily thing, like as far
Hold
as
on,
like,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The reason I'm interjecting, when spirits give me a message of an explanatory or advisory nature, and your mom and your boyfriend are telling you to basically work on your grieving and work on your sleep and work on your health habits, which you're doing, but continue doing that. That's the advice and explanation. And then when they follow that up with an objectively verifiable fact, I'm smelling beer, alcohol, which is symbolic of all alcohol, and
Yep.
stay away, which you do, and which your ex-husband was an alcoholic. So that's a verifiable fact. So the verifiable fact of alcohol, alcoholism, and you staying away from that is how the spirit is letting us know that we've properly received and interpreted the message before
Mhm.
that. So basically, you're doing a lot better than you think you are. Dr.
Yeah.
Pat?
I'm going to read a card that I pulled for you because I think it's right on with what Mark said. And you're going to know what this is about, right? I have a sense of
Mhm.
what this is about. So here it is. I live in the here and now. I let go of any concern about tomorrow or regret about the past. I know that my higher self
yeah,
is always there to guide me wisely and lovingly. I celebrate the present, and my future unfolds naturally for my highest good. See, and I know you know what that card's about, right?
yep. No, that's very true.
Yep. The holding on to regret.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
hard.
guys so much.
You please, I know you can work it out. Please get yourself some help because you deserve an amazing life. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Wow. Hey, everybody, you're listening to the Psychic and the Doc. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, as we said before, we're rocking it with the spirits in this holiday 2021. Jacob's going to take us out to break, and we'll be right back and right back on them phones. We'll be right back. That's what we're talking about. Welcome back, everybody. We're getting jiggy with the spirits here. Before we go, Mark, how do people find out about you? I know this is like a super busy time of the year for you.
It is. It definitely is. Please visit my website, afterlifefrequency.com, just like my book, The Afterlife Frequency. And this is the gift to give to people that you don't know what to give, who are coping with loss, and not just during the holidays, but for the rest of their life. And all my books, including The Afterlife Frequency, have been recommended by grief counselors and hospice organizations worldwide. So you can find out about me, signing up for a reading, my newsletter, which will keep you up to date on who our guests are going to be on Psychic and the Doc, by visiting afterlifefrequency.com.
I love it. Now, our hearts go out. This time of year, we do not we do these shows because our theme for next year is 2022. It's all about you, and we're starting early in support of our great audience. But our hearts go out for what we've seen go on in Kentucky. We've just, right, Mark?
Oh, the tornadoes, the devastation throughout Kentucky and the heartland of our country is just devastating. Now, I've been through 15 hurricanes and 2 tornadoes myself, and there's nothing fun or exciting about this. They kill people. And it just breaks my heart to see so much devastation. And, for our listeners and for everybody there, we are thinking of you, and everybody. There are legitimate organizations that are contributing to the relief of these people. And this time of year is all about giving, and this is the time to give.
Yeah.
These people are our brothers and sisters. They need our help.
Yep. And Mark, one last comment I want to make. I know that sometimes we do this show and we're lighthearted about it. But in my life, I've never had a year where I've had to say goodbye to so many people and had to watch people that are close to me say goodbye to so many people. And the English language does not have the words. And all you and I can do is keep showing up the best we can for folks. And I certainly don't pretend to know what's in somebody's heart, but I do know enough about loss myself. And
Yes.
That's why we're doing what we're doing.
We
Wow.
are. And Dr. Pat, if I can mention, certainly Transformation Network, the Psychic and the Doc, and the shows on Transformation Network are about upliftment, are about reaching out to the afterlife. And, I write for Best Holistic Life magazine. In fact, Dr. Pat and I co-authored an article, I think it was last Mother's Day.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
a Mother's Day, like, how moms are cool. And Best Holistic Life magazine, you can go to bestholisticlife magazine.org, because the editor, Jana Short's a good friend of our show. She's been on a couple times. And that's another publication. You can subscribe to it. It's a free publication online with a lot of uplifting stories, because life is difficult. And Best Holistic Life has global influencers who are here to help you. So, if I could recommend that as a resource in conjunction with the Transformation Network.
I agree. We have so many great shows, and you and I were both interviewed by Amber of Swervera, and maybe Jacob, you can put that up, because we're watching people like both Amber and Austin come to the table and talk about heart leadership. I mean, this is, despite what the past 2 years have been like, I'm watching people rise up, and our listeners are those people. Jacob, who do you want to bring on next?
Yeah, next up, we've got Brian calling in from Louisiana.
Hey, Brian, welcome to the Psychic and the Doc. How can we help you today?
Brian,
Hello.
how you doing? Hey,
Hi
Brian.
there. How can we help you today?
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing real good. How are y'all doing?
I'm just looking for some closure for somebody dearly to me I just lost.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, Brian, is I'm going to open up the frequency. Sometimes the person that you want to hear from the most is not always the first one to step forward. So other people that may come through first, because spirits always show up in groups. So let's see who we got. I'm getting a male energy connected to you, and he's got a very paternalistic way. So it could be a dad. And what I'm getting with him, ow, my head hurts, like I'm getting this wincing sensation. So what this indicates to me, Brian, is that his passing seems like it came on pretty quickly. When I get this type of pain, this could be a stroke, could be a brain aneurysm, because they feel very, very similar the way I experience it. And I'm also getting like a choking sensation. So he was having that, and then he immediately was having difficulty breathing. The thing is, I don't feel, while this came on very suddenly, I don't feel that this was, this took his life immediately. It seems like it took a while for him to pass. And I'm getting this tingling and numbness in my lips and in the tips of my fingers, which is an indication that there was a neurological component to this. So there could have been convulsions, seizures, could have been a stroke, but there was definitely something which began in the brain and affected his whole neurological system. Does this make any sense to you?
It sure does. It sure does.
Okay. Don't give me his name. What was his relationship to you?
My father.
Okay, that's why I felt father paternalistic. I love you, son. That's exactly what came through. I can see it. I'm seeing like a black background, big white letters. I love you, son. I don't think we need to interpret that one. That one is about as clear as it gets. And now I know lots of guys like basketball. Okay. But I'm not only seeing a basketball, but I'm smelling it. You ever hold a basketball? I'm sure you did. Hold a basketball team, the way it smells, it's got that kind of leathery type of rubbery type smell to it. Is there anything about basketball you love, hate basketball, your dad love, hate basketball, or something recent going on with you or someone close to you with a basket or basketball?
Yes, definitely.
In what way?
He was on a team that won the championship when he was young.
Oh my
and
goodness.
I was
Right.
definitely into.
Super. All right, fantastic. So we got your dad here. He said, I love you, son. He's verifying it's him through the basketball. He's also telling me that he said you're doing a lot better with the downsies. And what the downsies mean is there's days that you just really feel down. Okay. He said, but you're doing better with that. So it seems that you went through a very intense period of depression, but now you're actually coming, it's like you're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train headed right for you. And this is a very positive message.
Wow.
He also said, check your blood pressure. So I don't know if you're aware of any issues with your blood pressure, but you need to, next time you go to the doctor, let's get your blood pressure checked.
How does that sound to you?
Yeah, sure it does. I have a grandson that keeps telling us he's seeing him. And we want some clarity on this. He's not very old. He's like 2 years old. And he keeps telling my daughter-in-law that he's right here. And he's done it numerous times.
Okay, your dad just projected to me the letter H. Okay. Now H can be a lot of things. It could be like a football, goal, but I don't think that's it. Is there somebody whose name may start with the letter H? Or is there some like logo or something with H in it?
Like Harley Davidson.
Not that I can. Ma'am?
Yes.
No, nothing with H.
All right, this is one of those things that's going to make sense later on.
Yeah.
So I want you to make a note of that. But yeah, I keep seeing H. Dr. Pat, does H have any metaphysical significance? Do you know?
It has a lot. And, it's interesting that the same card I pulled up previously, I pulled up for you, and I got 100 cards in the deck that I shuffled, and the same card came up that I read earlier.
Yeah.
You have any regrets? Mark will tell you yes, they're not with your dad. And so here's what I want to say to you. Many children, myself included, my best friend, many children are open to things that as we get older, we're not open to, right? And so
right.
Mark's got a couple of books on this, but the most important thing, I believe, is not to make the child wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Not to make the child wrong. Yeah.
If I can interject too, it's not unusual for a toddler to see spirits.
Right.
Okay. Speaking as one that did, but for toddlers in general, and it seems that usually when kids hit about age 4 to 5, that begins to go away. And for the ones that doesn't, they seem to, well, they're mediums. And what I'm getting is that he's perceiving your father, and your father is just delighted in this child. Okay. So when he talks about it, just say, okay, tell us about it. Don't feed him. Don't like ask leading questions. Just have him talk about it and explain it. And is he drawing pictures yet? Is he like, playing with crayons?
No, he's a little bit over 2. And I'm gonna tell you what's weird. Today, my sister told me a neighbor of hers, they went to lunch, and she sees things too. She had a reading the night I found him passed, and she was in the shower and heard a man tell her that he was fine. Today, my daughter-in-law, after my sister tells me this, my daughter-in-law calls us. She's on the way home with my grandson, and he's seeing my dad again. And she asked him this time, is he talking to you? And he said yes. And she said, what is he saying? And he said the exact same thing. He is fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's fine.
And let me just say one thing about the letter H, and you can think about this. When you see the letter H is representative of a window. Now, if you can see the windows behind me, which I don't know if you can, general windows are separated, right? It's a rectangle, and then there's the separate, which separates the 2 panes, right? On a day that the sun hits it in a certain way, it looks like the letter H. So I don't know if your son is seeing a reflection in a window, or if there was time that was spent with the window, but that's one of the symbols, right? When you see the letter H, it's not really a letter. It's like a silhouette of a window. I don't know if your dad spent time by a window, but I would just watch that, right? Sometimes people see things in the reflection of glass. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's something for you to think about.
When you said window, it could be metaphorical too, that it's the window to the afterlife frequency. And perhaps this little boy is basically glimpsing the other side, through this portal, through this window. So the thing about spirit communication, many of the signs and symbols that are transmitted do not immediately make sense. It's what I call the unfolding. It takes time, and that's why I wrote a chapter on that in the Afterlife Frequency called The Unfolding, where I give many examples. And one took 5 years before the person realized what it meant. So don't worry about that. Your little your little grandson's fine. He's not crazy. He's picking up on your dad. Your dad's a positive influence in everybody's life, and he's making contact, and spirits will get their message through to you one way or the other. And this little boy is at this point in time the window that he's communicating through.
But pay attention to that as you move forward. It could be a window that maybe is unsafe, that you've been meaning to fix. I mean, sometimes it's so practical, like we blow it. Like my front window in my house had a giant hole in it. And finally I'm like, okay, I got to get that fixed. Right. So you have a great heart. You have a really open heart. I hear your love. I hear your love for your dad and your grandson. And when you share something like that together, like basketball, something that is a bond between you, it never goes away.
We become very close after my mother's passing in 12.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Please have the happiest of holidays. Okay. Thank you so much. Let us know.
Thank y'all so much.
Please call in again. Let us know. Keep keep us informed how this goes. Thank you so much. Oh gosh. What a
Thank y'all and
great
happy holidays.
happy
All right.
holiday to you. Wow.
Same.
Wow, what a great show. Jacob, what do you think? Should
Yeah,
we
it's
go?
good.
Let's go keep it going.
Yeah, we got Brooke calling in from Idaho. We've got plenty of time here.
All right, Brooke. Hi, Brooke. Can you hear us okay? Welcome to the Psychic and the
Hello.
Dog. Hi, how can we help you today?
I was wondering if maybe I have any messages.
Okay. Interesting. Brooke, do you do any work or do you surround yourself or have images of angels? Because I'm getting all images of angels.
What did you
Angelic
say? I'm sorry.
entities.
Yep. Do
Image-
you have images of angels? Do you have any images of angels?
What was that?
Brooke, can you hear us?
Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear it. Yeah,
Okay,
I can
Brooke,
hear you.
I'm picking up on images of angels. So do you have like pictures of angels, images of angels? My my mind's eye is filled with images of angels. What do angels mean to you?
Angels? I don't know. I might have angels. I don't.
Dr. Pat, I don't understand. All I keep getting is angels, angels.
Well, let me ask a different question because it's
Okay.
related to the card I pulled for you. Are you expecting a miracle? Or have you been part of a miracle recently? Are you hoping for a miracle?
I don't know if I'm really hoping for a miracle. I've just been wanting stuff to go normal for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what I picked up on is your higher self desires. It's really time now for you to fulfill those. I'm certainly not sure in this short time we have whether I know what those are, but there's some level of struggle you've been having, right? But there's a new level of awareness that will come to you. And I think it is through angels, or some version of someone close to you that can provide that. Look, this is all about a new energy for you from where I sit, just even picking up in your voice, right? Closed doors are opening for you now. I don't know if doors have been closed. I don't know if there have been things you've been struggling with, but miracles do happen. Successes follow one another, and that is a divine plan of your life. So I don't know if this is an area that you've been struggling. Have you been struggling a little bit?
Struggling with what a little bit? Sorry, you were breaking out. I could hear you, but I just couldn't hear what you said I was struggling with.
Struggling with your heart's desires for the life you want.
Yes, I have been struggling with what I do want.
Yeah. And I would follow what Mark's lead is. You got to start talking to your angels. You have to start talking to your higher self, right? Einstein said it best. We're never going to solve the problem at the level it was created. Any of the doors that have closed for you or closed an opportunity, they're going to change for you. You have to believe, though, that they're going to change, right? You see what I'm saying, Mark, right?
I do. And angels are their guidance, support, positivity. So I think that your interpretation, Dr. Pat, is what she needs. Talk to your angels, pray, and look for the guidance from your higher self, your inner self.
Can I ask you a question? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much, where are you? 10 is, I have so believe in myself. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you with you believing in yourself, in your life? Not the person that passed, not those messages, because the messages that Mark's bringing forward are from angels. So what I'm asking you, where are you on that scale of 1 to 10? Do you really believe that you will get the life you deserve? Right.
Yeah,
Right. You see,
I
unless
don't
it's
know,
a 10,
probably.
yeah, unless it's a 10, there's a level of doubt. And you know what I want to pass on to you? Please believe in yourself. Please. Please believe in yourself. See, it's not a
Okay.
surprise that Mark didn't get any messages to come through, really, because that is a message. And what that message is a lot of times we look outside ourselves. This is your time to shine. You got to look for your
Yeah.
higher self because you are perfect. You know what I'm saying to you? Are you able to do that? Are you going to give that a try for me?
Yes.
All right. I want to hear back from you. Do not
All right.
compromise. Do not negotiate your greatest self. You know, we have been given the greatest versions of ourselves, and yours is right there. I could feel it for you. I could feel it as if it was my own. Okay. Please believe in yourself.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I will.
Please.
You know, Dr. Pat, that's such great advice because, you know, when you believe in yourself, what was it? I think it was Napoleon Hill. Anything a person can conceive, if you believe, you can achieve.
Yeah.
You know, that was just really good advice. Yeah, because when I'm getting angels, what are angels? Angels are spiritual influences that guide, support, and help us. Thank you for interpreting that for her.
There's a very great, one of my greatest little, it's a poem, but it's from Leaves of Grass. And the line from it, I've got a calligraphy on my wall in my office. My friend did it for me. And the first line is this: dismiss whatever insults your soul. And doubt insults our soul.
That it does.
We got to do a show on that next year, Mark.
We do in 2022. It's all about you.
Mark,
And
how do people find out about you? And what's your personal message? What do you want to leave us with here today?
You know, and I'm not being facetious when I say angels, we have heard on high, and we got an H in the message before that.
Yep.
So my message is, yes, it's time to start turning inward for your answers. And that doesn't mean self as center of the universe. It's go within and trust yourself. That's my message for this show.
Are you going to give yourself something special for this holiday?
Who, me?
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking is somebody asked me that question on a plane, and when I gave them my answer, they said, seriously? But are you going to give yourself something special?
Well, I did. I ordered a new sofa, and it's arriving the day before Christmas Eve, and I can't wait because it's right in front of my TV. It's going to be right.
Oh my God.
But
I love it.
Go ahead.
I said, I'm going to watch the new Matrix movie. It comes out. And they're like, that's it? I'm a real simple person.
Yeah, but you know what? We work all the time, so a day off is a gift. And everybody, we're going to be back next week taking your calls.
Yes.
And I'm the psychic, and I'm here with the doc, and we are on call every Thursday in December.
And thank you, Jacob and the team, for doing such a great job. And all of you out there, please have a blessed, blessed, blessed honoring of yourselves and your loved ones this holiday. We'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on transformationtalkradio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.